Hey, today we got an artist, man, that's definitely well deserved of the props. Hector Andres,
Yes,
welcome,
sir. Yes,
man.
sir. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for having me. You already know.
God, my guy. All right, so where you represent, man? Where you from?
From San Jose, West Side San Jose. But I represent San Jose. It's my city. That's like it's where I feel comfortable. Where I can go wherever I want to and do. For the most part, whatever I want. And I know what I'm doing, and I know people who know me. So I will forever, always take San Jose with me.
Okay. What side of San Jose?
The West.
West side?
Well, downtown
Okay.
West.
Oh yeah, that west north connection
It's
thing.
it's 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 I'm in the middle.
Okay.
I'm neither this way nor that way, but it's like it's perfect because I'm right by downtown where all the shows where I perform at. So like it's close and it makes it easy to do what I do and get home safely.
That's right. Did you go to school over here too?
Yeah. I went to Hoover and then Lincoln. If you know, you know. Uh, and I actually went to school, college out in Emeryville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I graduated from Expressions.
Ain't that's a audio engineering school,
It's
right?
a digital art school, so they did both audio and visual, right? So
Oh.
like they're actually famous for their students going to like work on movies like King Kong, fucking Jurassic Park. Like they were real big on CGI. Like that's what they taught a lot. But they also had a really good audio program. I got to work on some really really cool boards, how to work with tape, how to do the reel to reel, how to edit. I had to learn how to cut it with the blade. Like the way we do music now digitally is it's almost too easy. Like you take it for granted because back then you couldn't edit. You couldn't edit single tracks. Like you had to cut it with a blade, and then you had to tape it back together, and then hopefully it all.
Wait, are you talking about the reels?
Yeah,
You've
reels.
been recording since reels?
Well, I learned how to record on reels because of school, because of college.
What? Oh
Yeah, so they
that's
taught me how to
right.
do all of that, and it was crazy to learn because I literally had to take the tape, cut it. So you know how you fade things out?
Mm-hmm.
You had to pick your angle of a fade, which is the angle of the cut. So you would cut it on this side, and then you would go to the other side where you wanted to go out. You find the transient, you mark it with a little pencil, take it off, and then there was a thing on the tape machine with angles for the fades. So you would cut that angle, and then you would tape it back with the tape, and then play it back.
Oh, that's wild. All right, man. So, were you a kid or an adult when you started making music?
uh, I started freestyling at 15. So like I didn't really start making music as far as like, with the computer and all the, programming until like I was like 20, 19, 20. I bought all the equipment because like I wanted to. I didn't know what the hell I was doing though. And I tried it, didn't really get nowhere, and I left it just sitting there. And my brother Ill, Apex, the foundation, he's a big part of what I've done. But he was like, bro, like, what is this? I was like, oh, it's just some recording equipment. I tried whatever. He's like, what the fuck? He set it up. He said, let's make a song. I said, all right, whatever. And we pulled out a bookshelf. There was a bookshelf that I had back there. We pulled it out and made like a little, a booth. Mm-hmm. So we were recording between the wall and the bookshelf. And we put padding in there and we put the microphone in there. And I've been recording ever since.
So you've been recording basically from like a kid up until your
my
early
20s.
adult.
For no, actually my teens, yeah. I was 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up,
Sheesh.
man.
Time flies.
So what would you tell me about Hector Andres, the artist, if I was a first-time listener?
Oh, it's a good question. Shit. Honestly, like, if you if you like music and you like to dance, you like to move, you might like my music. Anything other than that, I try to be me because that's all I can be. So, take it or leave it, like it or don't. I love everyone regardless, like, yeah, music's subjective, but when it comes to me, I'm me. So I can only be that.
I like that. So who are some artists you listened to growing up?
Yeah. Tupac off the rip, right? Everybody, at least my age range, generation, always say Tupac. or Biggie, but Tupac for me. And then I grew up listening to hip hop, underground hip hop, like Living Legends,
Oh shit.
Grouch and Eli.
Oh shit.
Who else? Murs. Atmosphere was. I loved Atmosphere growing up. Slug. So I grew up on that hip hop, like very much hip hop though.
Okay. What other people you listen to though?
Man, I
You just listen to the
everything. I listen to everything. Everything from Sublime to Slipknot to I went through a little house phase, house and trance. I was into that shit for a while.
Okay.
But music, I don't really just listen to somebody. I listen to all music, like everything. That sounds good. That feels good, honestly, to
That's
me.
what's up, man. Cause when I listen to your music, I definitely get like a sense of you don't listen to just one genre, one style, or one like type of tempo of music. Your shit is almost like all the stars aligned to make your music.
Yes, sir. Honestly, I feel that way because it's like I'll listen to it and I'll be like, is that me? That ain't me. There's no way that's me. Like, what? That's actually kind of dope. But yeah, I try to very much stay versatile and diverse when it comes to the style of music I do, because I know we were talking earlier, and I said this. It's easier to get famous than it is to stay famous, right? Mm-hmm. You have to know how to adapt and evolve with the times. You have to know how to, evolve essentially. But you can't do that if all you do is that one thing and you don't experiment, you don't go out your box, you don't try to do something that makes you uncomfortable, because it's hard to be uncomfortable, but it's like fuck it. I have fun when I make my music, and I have fun doing styles that I haven't done before. I have fun figuring them out. So for me, it's a constantly changing kind of thing for me when I do music. Everything. Every time. Each song is different.
Okay, damn right. All right, man. So what's your ethnicity, bro?
I am Mexican.
Straight Mexican.
Straight Mexican.
That's right.
Both parents from Mexico. I'm first generation. So they came out here. My mom told me her story. She came out here when she was 18. She said she got here at like 8 a.m. She said by noon she had a car, an apartment, and a job.
Shout out to Sound.
And they set an example for me. Like I've always been working because I've seen them work, So they came out here and they definitely gave me an opportunity that they didn't have, and I'm very proud of that. I also represent that when it comes to my music. You know what I mean? Like as much as I represent San Jose, I represent my culture, my family. That's because that's all I got.
Okay, that kind of leads into my next question a little bit. Do you feel like Mexican artists are getting some of the looks that they kind of deserve in today's world?
Well, see that when you say Mexican artists, that kind of encompasses a few different genres.
Yeah, that's why I said artists, because it's just a broad.
Yes. So I mean, I guess, is there a specific genre when it comes to like Mexican? So Mexican artists, obviously there's the.
I'm speaking more of
there's
like
the gangster
pop,
rap, the cholo rap,
pop,
and there's the
rap,
Latin reggaeton,
singing, like almost all genres, bro. I'm not used to really seeing like a lot of Mexican artists, to be honest.
Yes, sir.
And if they are Mexican artists, they're usually like behind the scenes or whatnot.
Yes, sir. So a lot of the big artists that I guess I would say have crossed over to the, American, I guess, English side, like Balvin, like Nicky Jam, like the ones that you hear on the radio with obviously they do songs, they cross over, they do songs with English speaking artists, and so we hear them out here. I feel like if they've all been Puerto Rican or Colombian or they're Latinos, they're not Mexican.
There's a difference between those two?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right, we need a history lesson.
So that's the biggest thing. So there's a bit of a racial kind of, not racial, but just the tension in between the races, between Latin American, Mexican, South American, you know what I mean? So Latino encompasses all of those, right? because we're Latin.
Right.
But the distinction between the groups altogether is very much a thing, right? Because Salvadorians get called Mexicans, or Puerto Ricans get called Mexicans. So like, no, so it becomes a thing where it's like, there's a difference, right? And we very, very much want to be, have that distinction because we want to be known as who we are, not just like, oh, they're Mexicans, like, oh, they're, Puerto Rican, whatever. We want to be who we are, and so we want you to know who we are. We're going to push that issue. So there's that issue sometimes where, like, Mexicans, we don't like Mexicans, or we, whatever, because of that distinction, unfortunately. But, for the most part, like, people say I sound Puerto Rican when I do Spanish music. So, like, I really don't, I don't care for the distinction. Like, it's just a different accent.
So basically what you're saying is like under the Latin umbrella, everybody kind of wants their own distinction or identity of who they are and where they come from.
Yes, sir. Because,
okay.
Yes, sir.
But everyone is Latin. Though.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We're all Latinos. We're all Latin. But it's just like,
different
from
cultures,
what part of
heritage.
Latin America do you come from? And then, exactly, different cultures, different accents even. Like, it's a whole completely different dialect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I've heard people from, like, Paris and France and shit, and when they speak Spanish to, like, when they come out here and it's like they kind of understand each other.
It's not the same. It's not the same. We use different slang, even the accent. Like I said, like, Argentinians, they throw the lift. They have there's a certain like dialect. The dialect of each region is different, and it's hard even us to say. Even in Mexico, there's different regions that they speak differently. You can't understand each other. Like, it's like, what the hell? But they're still Mexican. We just speak differently. They have a different dialect.
On a scale from 1 to 10, where do you rate yourself being an independent artist and why?
10. Only because I've done this all myself, for me, with my own funding, my own crazy ideas. All the failures have been mine. All the wins I love to share with my family, the people who were there with me. But when we fail, it's on me, right? My shoulders. So I very much do classify myself as an independent artist. And, I was signed to an independent label for a little while,
You mind sharing that label or not?
So Amigos. So that's, they're the ones that actually put out Ven Conmigo, the one I did with Louis V.
Oh, okay.
Well, in collaboration with Louis, with his label. But we basically started it off of Culebra. That's the kind of, that was, I guess, the biggest single I had, or I have, I guess, at this point, when it comes to, like, my solo stuff. Because Ven Conmigo was bigger than that. Like, that one, from what I could tell, got a lot more attention, Culebra went international, so my brother Rodney, he's the one who was in charge of that. He came to me like, hey, I like the music, let's work. And he's actually the one who got me to do Spanish. So he heard my English stuff, and he was like, man, if you did some Spanish stuff, I got Spanish connects. I was like, oh yeah, all right. And then so I started doing Spanish music, and people were like, bro, stick to that. And I was like, all right, cool. So I ran with it. I fought it for a while, I ain't gonna lie. I fought it, I wanted to do like English, like I grew up on English, hip hop, rap, all that. So that's kind of where my head was at. I didn't know really nothing about Spanish music or reggaeton or like, I didn't know nothing about that.
Well, to piggyback off of that, how do you find ways to mix Spanish and English songs and make it sound good like that, though?
So it's grammar, right? So like, and it's the way you say things, right? Because sometimes when we talk, our thoughts, like Spanglish, right? At least I should say, because that's what I consider Spanglish music. So when we speak in English, we forget the words, and we know it in Spanish, so we'll say it in Spanish. Or we'll be speaking Spanish and we forget the word and we'll say it in English. Like, or we'll combine English and Spanish words to make a new word that's neither, but it's just, you know what I mean? It's Spanglish.
You know what I mean, nigga.
Yeah, exactly. You know what the fuck I mean. So, for me, it's, I have to make it make sense to both languages. So I had to figure out how to grammatically correct in both languages, because in Spanish you say things backwards, kind of. They don't translate the same way. right? It don't translate directly. So like, and I can't even think of anything right now, but for the most part, it starts backwards. You say the subject first, and then what's happening, right? So like, el niño se fue a la escuela. Well, I guess if I flip that, it's the same. The boy went to school, but it's like, it's something I had to figure out, and it all boils down to grammar, like how you would write it, how you would read it, and then say it. So like when I write my shit, I write it like an essay with paragraphs, but I don't write. I do this in my head, but like I have to figure out the structure, the supporting statements, all that shit. And then I,
it makes sense.
Do it. Then I do it to the rhythm.
It makes sense, bro. Like you explaining it. I know you probably feel like you explaining it
too much or not vaguely, but yeah,
that makes sense though. Like a lot of rap is like what you say and how you say it, constructed, and it can be as simple as saying a word like "ha" and cutting it out "ha." You know what I'm saying? Or so that's what's up, man. All right, so you are one of the most talked about artists that come on this damn show. And so at that point, I had to come and find you. I met you at a show. You was mad cool, you know what I'm saying? We was drinking some Hornitos. This was right there in the shot.
You know it. Hey, I'm trying to get sponsored by them, bro. I would love to be a representative of Hornitos. Just because I drink it every day, it's like, for whatever reason, it has become a part of, my process. And just, loosening up and, like, I say this, like, you never get rid of the nerves, for me.
Well, I said that to say, everybody always mention you, man. So are there any artists that you would like to work with or producers?
Man, honestly, not off the top of my head. Mm-hmm. I'm very open to working with people, though, with whoever. If you're pushing, if you're putting in work, you're pushing a hard line, there's follow through with your records, right? We're not just gonna make a song and then you're not gonna do nothing with it, or I'm not gonna do nothing with it, right? If I see like, the sound, if I feel the sound something I like, I'm gonna do it. Like I don't really care. I'm gonna do it because I like it. I'm in it for the music.
But nobody in particular. But like, if people reach out to you and want to work, like, how would they go about that?
Well, so, Instagram's the best way for me. DM me. Obviously, features. There is a, compensation for my time and work and effort, right? And so, after discussing that and getting things, dotting the I's and signing the T's, it's really the song. I gotta hear the song before I even agree to, sign it. I gotta hear the song. But I won't hear the song unless we talk money.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You know what I mean? So that's the best way for me. And it's like, it's nothing personal. If I don't like it, like I'll be like, you got another song? Because maybe I'll like another song. Like, you only sent me one. Like, you might have a whole catalog full of hella songs and you might not think this one's dope, but I do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So
that's usually how it works out too.
Yeah, the one song you don't like, everybody loves. I swear to God, every time.
Yeah, this the one you like?
Yeah, like this one. Like I didn't even want to show you this one because I don't like it, but you like it the most.
Diamond on your ass.
But come on, it works out that way, brother. It's a trip. Like you got to put yourself to the side a lot, and really, if you care about the people listening to your music, then you're gonna listen to them. You know what I mean? They listen to you. Why wouldn't you listen to them?
That's true. So, in your words, what separates you from the rest?
Me, just being me. Like I don't try to do anything different. I do want to be different. But at the end of the day, that's something I had to come to terms with because like I was trying to be different, but just being me is already different. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to be me and enjoy what I do. Like it's not the destination because we know where we're going, where we end up. It's the journey traveled. You feel me? The experience is like, you have fun doing it? Shit, yeah. So what else would you ask for? Like a great time and a good memory with good people. What else would you ask for? And that's kind of for me how I treat my music. Like when I hear the songs that I've been working on or I play some stuff that we haven't released, it brings me back to the time when I recorded it. like I relived the moment we recorded it, kind of, because of the energy, the emotion, and you can hear it, at least for me, like, because I was there. So like it reminds me of that shit, and like it's like my own little time capsule, fucking time travel machine. Like it's cool. So that's kind of how I treat music for me.
Okay. So what are some other interests you have besides music?
Man, well, lately I've been getting into fashion and whatnot. So like with the whole shoe stuff and like, you know, the shirts, this is my shirt.
Yeah, show it off. Show it
Come
off.
on. I don't want to stand up.
What's that say? HA?
Yes, sir. It's my logo. H.A. Hector Andres. You know, go to my website, hectorandresmusic.com. You know, all the information is on there. My songs, my videos. Actually, my show, upcoming show dates is on there. And especially merch. So, as we were talking earlier, I dropped my shoes. My shoes was kind of random. I saw one of those things on Instagram. It was like, oh, you know, become a shoe, or have your own shoe line, whatever. I was like, oh, fuck it. I clicked on it. And I had to write a little paragraph about like why I think they should have me do it. And like, I obviously, you know, touched into what we do. Like music and fashion have always gone hand in hand. Popular culture, in fact, like it's all one big thing, because like, you know, you got to be on top of the fashion when you get on the camera, right? You got to look good, sound good, look good, you know? So it goes hand in hand, and I'm like, you know, I'm already in it. I want to come full circle, like, you know, like Kanye did. Like, you know, it's like a dream to have your own shoes almost, for me, you know what I mean? Shit. So, you know, like Jordan did it. And that's the only reason I did that was because of the what is that? The novelty of it. But they ended up accepting me. I made a design. They liked it. I liked it. So, you know, be on the lookout. Hopefully you like it. You know what I mean?
Right. All right, man.
HectorAndresmusic.com. That's where you can find it.
For sure. All right, so last question. What is a guilty pleasure song that you like that no one knows about?
Guilty pleasure song? Shit. Well, there might be a few just because I like music. But I will say this.
We want that one you don't really tell
Well,
nobody
and I'm gonna tell.
about.
So like, it's more than a song. Like, I went to the concert, and it's not anything like, you know, it's not something it's not someone I fan out on. But, you know, I kind of like some of their music, and I went to see the show, and I liked the show. It was actually Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne, damn.
And I didn't even know I did until like my girlfriend was like,
"She's a skater boy.
Hey.
See you later, boy."
And it's a trip, and it's funny
I'm an
because
Avril Lavigne fan. I ain't gonna
my
hold you.
girl was like, I want to go to the show. I was like, all right, you know, and I don't hate like, I didn't really listen to it like that, but I've heard it, and I like, all right, let's go. But when I saw the show, it kind of made me respect it a little more. It made me kind of like it a little more. Like, it kind of, you know, it brought it to life. I was like, oh shit, like, okay, I fuck with you. I see you. Like, I kind of like this shit. So I had fun at the concert.
Shout out to Avril Lavigne.
And that's kind of my guilty pleasure. Like, what? Yeah.
Bay Area boys
But that part,
rocking with you,
hey,
sweetheart.
It's music. It's music. And like I said, it was more the performance too. You know what I mean? The level of showmanship, showwomanship, the level of like, you know, just the dedication and shit, and just, I don't know, the follow through, I guess. Like, she, you know, it was dope. And something I aspire to do. You know what I mean? And so, like, you know, I know you wouldn't ever expect me to go to Avril Lavigne concert, which is why that was kind of like my little, you know, I didn't want to tell nobody that.
And there's no wrong or right answer to that question.
No, but you know, I always say this: I got no filter. I don't hide nothing. I am me. You ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna answer it truthfully. I ain't gonna. I mean, unless it's, you know, some incriminating shit, then I'm gonna say I don't know. But anything other than that, like, I got none of that. I'm an open book, because shit, that's what my music is. You know, my music is a window to my inner workings and all the shit, like my inner crazy thoughts. And like, so why would I hide anything, even off the mic? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, you know, ask me anything.
All right, so that about wraps this interview up with Bottom of the Bay. Do you want to give everybody your socials so they know where to find you at?
So, Hector Andres Music. That's Hector, Andres, Andres, and music. So that's on Instagram, and that's also my website. If you go to my website, you will get all the other social media stuff on top of, music, up and coming shows, and I'm working in, giving my early fan base, some gifts and some stuff, some appreciation for rocking with me early. So tap in.
Sure, man. Hey, dog, I'm a fan. Everybody rocking with you. Hopefully, next time I see you, be richer.
Come
You know what I'm
on.
saying? More jury, more
Hello.
motherfucking merch and everything,
You
man.
know
But
it.
until next time, peace, big dog.
You know it.